So Ryan, we said it. It's nothing like morning time. We can record during dinner, we can record during lunch, but it's nothing like seeing that sunrise. Ryan, good morning to you. July 11th on this Monday morning around 8:30. And I know it's all I could do to get you up out of bed.
No, I love recording in the morning, getting you know me, I like getting stuff done in the morning, so
There
I
you
have
go.
all day to do whatever I want to do. So yeah, I mean it's good to be here in the morning, and I think this should be a pretty good episode. We're on to the second player on our list for the 11 UConn Husky players this season. Ayanna Patterson, the second recruit. We went over Ice Brady a couple days ago. And Ayanna, just like Ice Brady, a very exciting player. But before we get into Ayanna, I do want to mention some stuff about the WNBA. Very exciting All-Star game yesterday. Hopefully, you guys watched that. A couple notes: Sue Bird and Sylvia Fowles played in their last All-Star game yesterday. Kelsey Plum scored 30 points and was named the All-Star game MVP. Very exciting game. Not much defense in that game, like you mentioned, but some very exciting offensive players and some 3-point shots. I think we saw one dunk as well. So very, very exciting game nonetheless. And the league did now announce some big changes coming, including using charter flights for finals games. And the league will move to 40 games, 40 game schedule for the 2023 season, four more from the usual 36. So not four more games, but it's still some changes that we're very exciting to see. We're still working for a lot more changes hopefully in the future, but it is still good to see. Now in the ESPN article, it did say those 40 games were just for next season, just for that 2023 season. So I'm not sure if they'll be able to keep on going and adding more games and sticking to that 40. We would love to keep on seeing a couple more games added, but nonetheless, it's some good positive changes coming to the WNBA.
I think the league is in good hands. We're going to miss the All-Stars, some of the All-Stars that we will never see again in the All-Star game. Um, Sue Bird being one of them, that's one of my favorites. I'm sure everyone's favorite. With that said, yeah, I'm sure it's the league is in good hands moving forward. Ryan and Sabrina Ionescu. I mean, this lady can play basketball.
Yeah.
So I think we're in for a treat for years to come with her, and she may be the face of the league years to come. Um, with that said, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. It's like combined 39 3-pointers, I think, between both squads yesterday, between both teams. So not a lot of defense, but it's always what you expect, right, out of the All-Star game. And then, hey, maybe they're listening to Maria Marino all of a sudden. Maybe they are starting to hear us now with the WNBA. You're right; they're starting to some changes, and I know it's not dramatic changes, but hey, it's changes nonetheless.
Yeah.
And I think that's very big, to say the least. And how about just charter flights? What they say during the WNBA finals? But how about we have charter flights throughout the whole season? That's
Yeah.
another step forward. So it's always a goal. It's always climbing up that ladder and another goal to check off of the list.
Yeah, baby steps. Just take it nice and slow, and hopefully we'll just keep on progressing. I think that's the goal.
Well,
But
I'm sure Maria was very happy to hear about them changes.
yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were. I'm sure a lot of people were. But moving on to Ayanna, 6'2" forward from Fort Wayne, Indiana, ranked number 4. Ice Brady was ranked number 5 on ESPN's top 100 list. Patterson also named Indiana's Miss Basketball. A very, very exciting player, very talented. And just like Ice Brady, we're expecting some great things out of her, hopefully this season and especially in the future, hopefully for all 4 years to come at UConn. But Ayanna can shoot the long ball. She can rebound, play solid defense, and also has the ability to dunk the basketball. I know you've all seen those highlights of her dunking the basketball, which is very, very exciting. I'm not sure we'll see her dunk the basketball on a regular basis every single game, but hopefully she does get at least one opportunity in a game to be able to dunk the basketball and show her very unique talent. But I just think just for Ice Brady, I think for Ayanna, it's just kind of the same thing of continuing to work on her game, work with the coaches and her teammates there at UConn, and just continue to keep on getting better and build her mind and muscle up and body up to be able to compete in the league and get ready for the WNBA. But it's very important just for her coming to UConn and getting used to the system and all the coaches and her teammates. I'm not sure, just like Ice Brady, not really sure how much we'll see of her this season, but I think she will get maybe a couple more minutes than Ice Brady. I think Ayanna is just a very special player coming out of Indiana. She's very, very unique talent. And just like Ice Brady, very, very excited to see what she brings to the table for UConn.
So she landed at number 4 on ESPN's top 100, right? And I think this is 100. Yeah, this is 100 players on this list. She's number 4. And what else do you expect out of the UConn Huskies? Number 4 overall rank. And then Ryan, guess what number at position rank? Number 1. Okay. Well, and it's pretty much tells you, yeah, she's going to UConn, right? Well, with that said, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, how about Ayanna Patterson? The thing that jumped out to me, she knocks down mid-range jumpers in traffic. You know what that also says? We talk about it over and over. Pressure games, right? And you know that comes into handy. Maybe not again the playing time. We'll see how it is since we're discussing rookies right now in this series, just starting out. But man, oh man, if you're head coach Gino and you plan to stick around for many more years to come with these girls as they progress and get older in this program, man, oh boy, how does that come into play? And a big factor in March Madness when you can have players that sustain their ability to play under pressure when it matters the most. We talk about that. I'm not saying these games, those games we recapped this past season, it was what was the score like? UConn 100. And what were some of the in conference teams? Help me out. Like, is it Seton Hall? UConn 100, Seton Hall 70 final.
Yeah.
I'm talking about March Madness here, bud. When we got a overtime or a double overtime, like we just witnessed against North Carolina State. So I really like to see she knocks down mid-range jumpers in traffic, quick leaper. She pounds the glass. I really expect Ayanna Patterson. This is more of a player to watch inside the paint. And I think she's really going to take the ball down some girls' throats when it's all said and done. I think she's really going to pound the ball in the paint a lot. Again, it's 3-point range. I get it, but I think Patterson, man, she is one to watch driving the ball to the hoop.
Yeah, 6'2" forward, and like you mentioned, number 1 in the class. But I think these two players are very special that are coming in this season for UConn because I think Gino can move them around the court. I don't think they have to play one specific position all season long. I think Gino has a very good opportunity to try them at different positions and see what works best for them and works best for the team. And I think that's something great that UConn is finally getting after a couple of years of not getting some size down low, some big guards, big forwards. So I think it's really great to see that we're getting some size, and Ayanna definitely brings that aspect to the team for this season. So I think she can play the guard role. I think she can play the 3 or 4. So without outside shot, great rebounder and great defender as well. I think she's going to bring something special to this team for years to come. But I think she just needs to continue to work on her game. And I think her minutes to just keep going up and up as the season continues along.
And we can't wait to officially welcome her to UConn. All right. With that said, again, it's Ayanna Patterson, Ryan's second player already on our list, as we plan to get right back in here tomorrow morning. Let's go over some comments, Ryan, from the last video. UConn Huskies freshman Ice Brady. We'll see what Ryan thinks. We know that you all can't wait, and we can't wait. Gary, being real, I like what I see. Lopez and Ice together. Wow. But I still worry about the center. UConn better be ready. They put South Carolina number 1 again for a reason. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in pretty good hands for the center this year. Dorka Juhas, she'll probably play the 4. There's a lot of players that can play the 4 for UConn this season, but Aaliyah Edwards, I think, is a very good 5 at that center position. I know she played for the Canadian team for this last couple weeks. weeks here, and she's playing really, really good for them. 18, 20 points. I think she was named the MVP for the Canadian team, so that was really good to see. But Aaliyah Edwards, she had a rough start to the season. Then she really picked it up as the season went along last season. So I think she's really going to start off hot this season and hopefully continue that throughout the whole entire season. Her and Dorka, I think that's going to be a pretty dangerous matchup for a lot of UConn opponents. I think it's going to take a lot to take down Dorka and Aaliyah inside that painted area this season. But yeah, I mean, for Lou, I think that would be a pretty dangerous matchup with her and Ice and Ayanna. Like I said, there, I think at UConn, that's something we haven't seen for a couple of years, is how much size and length they have down low this season.
How about, speaking of Aaliyah Edwards, Ryan, Jason D'Amico, thanks for coming through again. Jason, not for anything, but are y'all checking out Aaliyah Edwards initiate beast mode while playing for Canada? I've been watching her tapes and whoa, I think she has turned a corner. I'm pretty stoked to watch her play this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and as always, sorry, Ryan, not done yet, not finished yet. I just scrolled down and saw this part of it. As always, great show, fellas. Peace.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely been seeing it. Like I just mentioned, I've been seeing her highlights and multiple double-digit point scoring games, getting rebounds. And like I said, I'm pretty sure she was named the MVP for the Canadian team. So it's great to see that she was at summer workouts. Then she went to play for the Canadian team. But like I said, I think I'm expecting some good things out of Aaliyah this season. I think she's going to take a huge step up from last season. So with her and Dorka in that painted area, I think it's going to be very, very fun to watch.
Can you just imagine very quickly Gino waking up in the morning with his hot cup of coffee and opens a newspaper and that headline, Aaliyah Edwards, beast mode, playing for Canada. And you could just see Gino. I can just see him just smiling right back in his recliner. So
Yeah.
anyway, John Ippolito, Lou Lopez will be a tremendous addition to the Huskies on their way to a national championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's I know a lot of you guys are very, very excited when Lou came to the team, and a lot of you are excited. I think we're all excited to what she can offer. She had played a great 4 years there in Hartford, and it really, really surprised us because we weren't really even sure where she came from. We never heard of the school before, but I think Gino made a very, very good recruit when he got Lou on the team and she joined the team. I think she's going to bring a lot to the team that we don't even know yet, but I think she can bring something that a lot of energy, a lot of shots that UConn maybe didn't see last year. And I think it's from the defensive side of things too. I think with that experience, it's really going to help them in March Madness. And I think that's something that UConn didn't really have a lot of last season.
How about, Ryan, Tom Kibbe, PPS? You two and your shows keep getting better. You are a breath of fresh air. Keep it up. That's thanks to Ryan there. A great example was your recent interview of Maria Marino. Instead of continually butting in, you let her talk. She said she talks a lot. And we got a real sense of who she is as well as her on-air personality. And that doesn't happen very often. Thanks.
Yeah, I love that interview. I know we both did. That was a really, really good interview. She talked a lot, but it took the pressure off of us. But yeah, that was a really, really great interview. She brought up a lot of good points in that interview about women's college basketball, the WNBA, and we discussed a lot of things during that interview. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely it's a very, very good watch. Probably one of the best interviews we've done on this channel. So hopefully, like we said at the end there, hopefully we can get her back on maybe during the season, the midway point during March Madness time. But yeah, she was really, really great.
Tom Kibbe, great show, which is becoming your norm. I'm with you guys. Really looking forward to what the three new players bring to the Huskies this coming season. A comment about those recruits who do not make it and leave early. It's a bit of a delicate subject, and you never hear a remotely bad word about the transfers from Gino or anyone on the staff. Hear that Tennessee about it. Hear that Tennessee about Avina. Sometimes the reason for leaving UConn isn't just about playing time. UConn is not the Ivy League or Northwestern or Stanford, but it's not Podunk you either. And academics play a major role in these young women's lives. As a varsity first string Husky athlete, many years ago, I can still remember the pressure of being a successful student while also fitting in team practices, games, road trips, etc. I'm just saying we should remember the off-court pressures as well as what we see or don't see on game day. I've
Yeah.
always thought about that, Ryan. I'm like, at the end of the day, is it really, even though they're called professionals, are the college athletes really working harder than professional athletes?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the education side of things, it's really a good point. I completely agree. It's not always about getting minutes on the court or not being able to execute for the team. It's definitely on that education side of things for the athletes and making sure they're keeping up with all their work and getting their stuff turned in and making sure they're on that pathway for whatever degree that they're working for. So that's definitely a very uh big part of it and big reason why you see a lot of these players leave UConn. You're right. It's not always about how many minutes or they're not getting minutes for the team. It's a big part of that degree and education side of things as well.
Hey, don't forget Austin and Nita. Ryan, you want to shop all things High Chroma, visit highchromastudio.com. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ryan, I will see you tomorrow, Tuesday morning. Phil and Ryan, listen up.